This is the Bethsalem Church and Cemetery here in Boligee, Alabama. This is the Bethsalem Church and Cemetery here in Boligee, Alabama. Cemetery here on the east side of the Bethsalem Presbyterian Church is the graves of 6 Mays family members. This cemetery goes from the west side of the church out about 100 yards and then goes to the south of the church at an open field. There's a number of gravestones here which are under a grown-up oak tree here, probably been here 100 to 150 years. And the older tombstones, some of them got in dilapidated condition, but there are people still being buried in this area here, and it's a beautiful groomed cemetery to the west side. It's about 300 yards back down to the south. Here's a tombstone of Addie Alice Coleman. There are some cooks in this cemetery, some hatters. There you see the hatters go down up under that tree. Here's a Perrin, Dr. George Perrin, born in the Abbeville district of South Carolina and died in 1854. A lot of these people seem to have died in the 1840s and the 1850s, which the yellow fever came into this area and just devastated it. There are some ghouls here buried here, and some McKees. In fact, there's a Colonel John McKee over here. Died at the Hill of Howth, Greene County, Alabama. And a William Dunbar, native Mississippi, a soldier of the Confederate States, died at the Hill of Howth. And I wonder whether that's here in Greene County. Here's another ridgeway here. Tombstone of a friend, a barber, and a L.M. miner. Another Gowdley. There's some Hortons and some Johnsons in this graveyard. There's a ridgeway here. A woman that died at the age of 21 years old. There's a Moorhead buried here, Mattie Lee. This is some McLemores here. And walk over to this side. It's kind of hard to read that one. Must have been a fairly well-to-do person, a Richard Knott, N-O-T-T, had a steel fencing around it, or cast iron, and it's grave by itself. There's some Thiefords. This is William Dunbar, native of Mississippi, a soldier of the Confederate States, died at the Hill of Howth in 1862. Here is a tombstone which has fell over. I reckon it's because it got this tree growing up next to it, or bush. It's of a M. Cousins. Here's a marker for a soldier of the Revolution, a Major Mordecai Barber, born in Culpeper County, Virginia, and died in Greene County. So I run into several people here that obviously migrated from Virginia to Greene County area here, and my relatives made memorial on the northwest side of the church is in memory of our Confederate dead. This is a gravestone of Bradley Mays, born in August 11th, 1816, and died in July the 30th, 1892. I'll go over here next to it is the tombstone of Dr. James M. Mays, who was born May the 4th, 1829, and died December the 6th, 1871. And then a little more to the south is a somebody must have recently put in a main headstone here for the Mays family. And then further to the south here is the tombstone of Sanford Gray Mays, born January the 14th, 1899, and died on April the 4th, 1964. And then a little bit further to the south next to there is the gravestone of Martha Sanders Mays, born April 1st, 1909, and died in March the 21st of 1965. So there are some fairly recent burials here, other than those in the 1800s.